225-211 the score for Nui Finn of Singapore. She had 7 strikes, including a 5-bagger in the middle of the match that put away Jen Higgins. Shannon O'Keefe, the 2 seed, is next. Year 2, return to the PWBA Tour from east to west. We've got all of the great bowling action, the world's best, cover on CBS Sports Network for you. That's a lot of miles. And some great bowling on the way.
It is a lot of miles, that is for sure. Either way, flying and driving.
Here's the 2 seed, Shannon O'Keefe. Gets started with a nice shot. O'Fallon, Illinois is just across the state line from St. Louis. She is the co-head women's bowling coach at McKendree University as well. The men won the ITC championship this year.
Yes. And that program has come a long way in 1 year with the O'Keefes at the helm. And she really has found her passion and her calling with coaching.
Nui Finn. Great start to her second match.
Boy, he has a 5-step approach, gets the ball down to swing. Is that one of the things, boy, you really notice with these players? Look at that. Look at how she just loads up. But now watch that shoulder just drop into the swing. That is just beautiful. It really is. Watch right here. Uses all of her legs, no upper body movement, and just drops from the top down. That's why she's allowed to create all that rev off of her hand.
Solid shot, 10-pin stands.
Both players are finding the left lane just a little bit tighter in the middle part and the back end. So they've made adjustments for that lane only. Right lane seems to be just playing where it's picking up just enough, where it's going through the pins at a little bit more of an angle.
With a cool brain spare ball, there's the 10-pin. Do you have a spare ball like that?
No, actually, I have a red one, my favorite color, and it says a big old Own It on it. Roto Grip.
It's not as cool as that.
No, it's probably not as cool, but it's my favorite color.
She's USBC Hall of Famer Carolyn Doran-Boward. I'm Dave Ryan. Our coverage of the PWBA Tour continues.
Be close. Yes!
More than close. Gets the trip on the 4 and the strike. Shannon O'Keefe came so close to winning a major championship last year, runner-up. And on her screensaver, on her iPhone, something she sees every day, probably she told us yesterday 100 times a day, reminded of that loss. It motivates her. She says, I'm not going to change that screensaver until I win. What do you think of that?
I think it's cool because I think I definitely was more motivated and learned more from every loss or bad shot than I did from the victories.
Sit. Yes!
At the U.S. Open in New Jersey, the runner-up to Liz Johnson, 190 to 189. You saw the look of despair on the bench there watching Liz win the championship.
Right here, got it just a pinch left. Still a great shot. 2 trip 4s in a row. Hey, that's right there. One of the keys for Shannon is she can throw it harder, so she doesn't really even need to make a move.
Nui Finn has a 3-pin to deal with here. Down by 21 pins. Entering the 3rd.
Never got this ball right. As you can see, 1 board left of the rangefinder. Around 11-12. Went Brooklyn. That rangefinder's been really important, especially for the girls that, you know, try to get around it and want to hook it a little bit more. A lot of them use that as their marked down lane to get it to their break point.
Single pin spare conversion. So many teammates from Team Singapore traveled together, as we talked about. And Nui told us yesterday, in Singapore, it doesn't matter if you're in the bus, the subway, trains, everything's crowded all the time. In the United States, wide open spaces. She loves it. Also love to get a victory. 10 down. Watch live early round coverage of all PWBA events, plus live and on-demand coverage of all the best professional bowling action on Extra Frame. Visit www.extraframe.tv for more info or to subscribe today. Kelly Kulick, you saw there, is the top seed. She awaits the winner of this match. Trying for her first title since the return of the tour. Shannon O'Keefe lined up. Crunches 10 down into the pit. What a start. Numbers coming in through match play, the 4-2 record. Front four here. And a big lead in match number 2.
Shannon, definitely one of our most athletic bowlers out here on the women's tour. Great example for all our younger bowlers out there.
See it. Yes.
Stays perfect. Front 5. What a start. Go ahead, coach at McKendree along with husband Brian. She was there in Wichita watching the men win the ITC team championship. She was as emotional as anyone. Takes great pride in that job in McKendree and watches New Wave Fenn come in high and leave 2 3-6 stands.
Another shot where she really just got over the top of that ball. Closed down on it. You could see her right shoulder get in front of her left. Missed way left of target.
Covers a mark in the 5th. But a huge deficit now with a great start from Shannon. Leaves a 7. Down by this many pins, you just got to go frame by frame, right?
You got to regroup and definitely, you know, yes, it's crunch time. She's got to make good shots. You got to hope the carry is on your side. This was a great shot. And honestly, those light hits have been really carrying, and it's been on the left lane where you see it coming a little bit later than on the right lane.
There's the 7. Well, it's been a great year for the O'Keefe family. Shannon in a front row seat. As her husband Brian helped coach the McKendree men's team to victory over William Patterson of New Jersey at this year's Intercollegiate Team Championships. There she is in Wichita. North Rock Lanes watching McKendree rally. They had lost the first 2 games in the best-of-5 Baker format bowling to the Warriors. They won the last 3, and for the first time in school history, won the ITC Team Championship. Congrats to them.
She's wearing her team colors today.
That's
too.
right. She is a Bearcat. Leaves the 10 this time. And speaking with Shannon yesterday, almost every mention of her game or her life went right back to McKendree. Talked about how she's so involved with her kids, all the bowlers on the McKendree teams.
So I said, I've known Shannon for quite some time. I remember when she first came out on tour with the old PWBA. She was very young. I don't even know if she was 22 at the time. She might have been 21. She has matured so much as a person, as a bowler, as a coach, and it shows in everything she does. And she's so passionate. The kids are so lucky to have her. She's a great role model.
Stop and go.
She calls it the Bearcat family. Former All-American softball player at the University of Portland in Oregon. And she talked yesterday to us about the parallels with the 2 sports and her body positioning and her release at the foul line. And a lot of it goes back to softball for her.
Oh, absolutely. And that's one of the keys to Shannon's success. She likes to keep the ball a little bit more in front of her, although she can get left and get around the lane a little bit, but she does. With her power and her leverage and her speed, she does like to be a little bit more straighter to the front.
Well, there's a 7-10. So now the possible $100,000 bonus if she can convert the most difficult shot in bowling, courtesy of Ultimate Bowling Products.
Really good shot, but we've seen it on this left lane, right? Ball's been coming in half pocket from both players. This time she just doesn't tap one of them out.
For $100,000, just the 7.
Ooh.
It is difficult. Try to convert that almost unmakeable 7-10 split. Open frame. We got a new match here in match number 2.